Found myself on a walk last night. I couldn't sleep. I don't get a lot of sleep these days. Thoughts run through my head. I'm a new father, you see. It's a lot to worry about. I want to make sure my son is taken care of for the future. But the news these days is scary. Drones this, Russia that, Sharknadoes. So I went out into the darkness to clear my head, alone in the oppressively humid Texas air. But I felt something was off. There, ahead of me. Something glowing in the darkness. What is that? A cat? No. Demon eyes? No. Even worse, loose change. I looked down at the penny, tempted by the face of the man who gunned down Robert E. Lee, or something like that. The familiar rhyme plays in my head. Find a penny, pick it up, and all the day you'll have good luck. A lot of good that'll do me. It's 11:47. But maybe, just maybe. So I leaned down, reaching out my hand, and where does that rhyme come from? Find a penny, pick it up, and all the day you'll have good luck? Now me, I don't believe in luck. Not since Vegas, December 2017, when I had to do unspeakable things to get back to California after a bad run on Pai Gow. Let's just say the Blue Man Group wasn't blue that night. Or maybe they were. I can't figure the metaphor out. Sure, some people might say I should have known how to play Pai Gow before I sat down at that table. But to them I say, Yahtzee, which I also don't know how to play. So, if luck doesn't exist, as I have already undeniably proven, where then does that rhyme come from? Make sure you watch at the end of this video, because what I uncovered will blow your mind hole. The origin of the verse is quite controversial and unclear. Some suggest it goes back to ancient times. Yes, even before the internet. Ancient times where precious metals were thought to ward off evil or harmful spirits. In other words, all poor people were possessed. Using this logic, it sure makes it easier to justify oppressing them, doesn't it? A slightly more recent explanation is the phrase originates from pagan ritual practice. Pins were used in pagan rituals to, I don't know, poke out non-believers' eyes or something. So naturally, the pagans who didn't speak English came up with the poem. Find a pin and pick it up, and all the day you'll have good luck. Because, you know, pagans are known for their cute, kitschy rhymes. Don't forget the other pagan oldie but goodie, find a cat and skin its tail, and then you'll get to hang out with the Dark Lord in hell. Pagans also really love their imperfect rhyme schemes. These two origins are interesting, but I think there's more to it, which we'll get to later. For now, we get to Ryan Trahan, a YouTuber who has made a career on the backs of pennies. Maybe you've seen this video, or that one. Or perhaps you've been following his recent series, traveling across the United States, starting with just one penny. He even has a tattoo of a penny on his leg. Why is this guy so obsessed with pennies, huh? In this latest series, he's been propagating the lie that the government is going to stop minting pennies in 2023. Well, I'm sorry, Ryan, but this just isn't true. Fake news! Maybe try a fact check? Unless you already did, and are still spreading the lie for more sinister reasons. You're trying to get people to care about pennies again. But why? If you want the full picture, you'll have to watch to the end of this video. To answer all this, we have to go back to the very beginning. Pennies, or more accurately, the United States 1-cent coin, has been around since 1787. But you might be surprised to learn Lincoln wasn't on it 22 years before his birth. You see, back then, the 1-cent piece had some depiction of sexy Lady Liberty. Oh, baby, are you guys getting hot for freedom? I know I am. It wasn't until President Teddy Bear Roosevelt decided he was more into Abraham Lincoln than hot chicks that everything changed in honor of Old Chimney Head's 100th birthday. One of our greatest presidents, voted #1 almost all the time, a man who ended slavery, a man who died for his beliefs, was put on our lowliest denomination of money. Now I know what you're thinking. What about the half-cent piece? Don't waste my time! Everyone knows that coin was abolished by the Coinage Act of 1857. But why exactly was Lincoln picked to be the first president on our currency? Surely George Washington, the greatest president who will ever live, don't at me, deserved to be on money first. Lincoln was a popular figure. He was still fresh off the back of winning the Civil War a mere 44 years earlier. It was a hot commodity, one that people might want to, I don't know, pick up off the ground and put in their pocket if they saw him. What I haven't been able to nail down is why they assassinated Lincoln to cover this conspiracy up. Leave your theories in the comments below, and they might be featured in our next episode. What's more interesting is why we still use pennies at all. Pennies cost more than 2 cents to mint, and with the rising cost of copper, that's only going to keep going up. So why don't we just abolish the penny, huh? Why not just send it the way of the half-cent coin? Because the government already got all they wanted from that farce. It all comes back to the Coinage Act of 1857. Remember that one, which murdered the half-cent piece? In the end, it wasn't just some random throwaway line that I pushed away to throw you off the scent, because you see, this act didn't just kill the American halfpenny, no! It also did away with foreign tender being used as legal currency in the United States of America. And why is this relevant? Essentially, it gave the US a monopoly over the money supply. It was the first step down the road of our betters controlling the flow of money, and the first step towards abolishing the gold standard and letting the Fed control inflation, interest rates, your very life, savings. Find a penny, pick it up, and all the day you'll keep an all but worthless currency in circulation. The federal government can't have pennies just disappearing, and no one is going to bother picking them up just for the heck of it. You have to find 100 pennies just to buy this crappy Easter decoration from the 99-cent store. But on this channel, you will soon see that conspiracies are like an onion or a parfait, but more like an onion because they stink. We peel back one layer, but you can always go deeper down the rabbit hole, down to the next level, the darker truth. The United States government planted this rhyme into the American lexicon to cover up their biggest historical shame, the one thing they can never live down, the one thing that haunts them to this very day: Teddy Roosevelt's love affair with a man who died when he was just 7 years old, Abraham Lincoln. Or something like that.